PR. This is Perth Tonight with Chris Ilsley.
Ben Aylett is here to talk technology. BenAylett.com, 1L, 2 T's in Aylett. Recognised by his Hawaiian shirt. Welcome along.
Thanks very much, Chris.
Yep, that's how we recognise you.
That's how we roll.
Beautiful. What's happening in the world of technology? Anything exciting?
Well, we've got a heap of stuff in the world of technology. And of course, there's my free cybersecurity newsletter, which just went out at the end of last month.
Yep.
And we covered a whole bunch of things like security updates and things.
Cybersecurity month tips for home users.
Well, no, that was the post that I put out on my website. There's also the cybersecurity newsletter, which is delivered to your inbox.
Yep.
And you can go to the link to subscribe just by going to benaylett.com/contact.
benaylett.com/contact.
That's right. Yep. And from there, you just simply pop in your email address, and that's all I want. I don't want your name, don't want your number, just an email address so I know where to send it.
That's right. So you're not interested in gathering data on people.
Yep.
You simply want to know, what email address am I to send this to send?
Exactly. Where do you want it? And I'll send it there.
Beautiful. Before we do anything, let's have a chat to Norman. I think Norman's still got some phone issues.
Oh, dear.
Hi, Norman.
We have to sit here with...
Hello?
Norman. Can we try that again, mate? We only heard about one word.
The iOS 13 update.
The iOS updates?
Mate, you've asked about that. Ben's given you the answer to that.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say, Norman. I'm told by Apple that the updates are out and they're ready to go.
12.3. Still 12.3. Updated 12.3 last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, 13.2.1, I believe, is the latest one.
Take you a while to update.
Yeah, well, it does because it's a big file to download and then it's got to install.
You've got to be patient with the update, Ben. It's not going to happen in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
The update isn't come yet. The update isn't there on the iPhone 6s. It's still at 12.3.
Maybe your phone's too old to accept the latest update.
It's the iPhone 6s.
All right. It's a 6S.
It's 6S.
All right, yeah, it's sort of old ground we've covered, I'm afraid, Norman.
It's 3 years old.
Yeah. I mean, it should be working, but it's saying here the update is out. So I'm looking at the release. And so iOS 13 was first released on Thursday, September 19, about 3 months after the first beta. And so that's out, and we've actually had a couple of security updates since then. So we should be sitting at around about 13.2, and this is also included in my cybersecurity newsletter. Sorry.
Yep, and all you can do then is go, Ben, and have a look. And if you need to, you'll have to get somebody to help you with it. But according to the information that Ben has given you, your phone can accept the update, and the update is there.
Have you tried contacting Apple?
No, I haven't.
Okay. I think that would be the next best thing to do.
Yeah, contact Apple. They'll probably be the most help to you, Norman. Thank you very much for that. Mention, and I know that you'll like this, thanks to our friends Perth Arcade Machines across November. We're going to register names for our Galaka Bar Top arcade machine, which features 60 retro games. The machine itself, as I said, 60 classic arcade games, all in the one machine.
Yep.
It is a brand new machine, so we're not talking about old machines or anything reconditioned. This is a brand new machine.
Yeah, yep.
It fits almost anywhere, and it's literally just a plug and a play.
Yes.
So you can use it anywhere.
Yeah.
And it's got original 8-way joysticks for 2-player actions.
Yep.
It's got 6 LED buttons with chrome trim, a couple of stereo speakers with volume, bass and treble controls.
Yes.
So you can make the boom, 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 more boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, and look, the look and feel of this arcade machine, it is very genuine. So if you're like me and you grew up with the old arcade, so there was the Peters by the Sea, you'd go down to the old arcade there, or the fish and chip shop, or the milk bar around the corner, and you played on those old arcade machines. It's got the same feel.
Yeah.
So
they certainly have, and we used to drop 20 cents in those machines.
Yeah, that's right.
And by the way, this comes thanks to our friends at Perth Arcade Machines.
Yep.
At Unit 741 Holderway in Malaga. And I should also point out it's got a full 12-month parts and labour warranty, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah. That's right. And look, at Perth Arcade Machines, they've also got things like parts and a whole bunch of other stuff. So have a look at their website, pertharcademachines.com.au for more information.
Yeah, and some of the games are just amazing.
Yeah.
And I know some of the ones, it's amazing when you show these games to younger people, who are used to the high graphic modern games, and they always say, how cool are these games?
Yeah. I'm just having a look. I've found the answer to my question, do they actually sell arcade parts so you can build your own machine? The answer is yes. That's it.
Happy about that?
Yep, I'll be in touch.
I'm trying to work out, I reckon you might be a Galaxian man.
No, more Gyrus and Quicks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How good were you at Quicks?
I wasn't good. No. If a game that I
Because I
was
know
good
that
at
you
was-
are a gamer by definition.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. A game I did enjoy, Gyrus I did okay at, and there was also that other, there was a fighting game called Yi Kung Fu, and it was just another little obscure game that I did all right at.
Isn't it amazing some of the some of the different names you come up with?
Yeah.
The other one I like was all the different varieties of Donkey Kong, because you got Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong Jr.,
Yeah.
and Donkey Kong 3.
Yes. Yeah. And
One of my favourites, Galaga.
yeah, Gallagher's a good one. Or Gallagher or Galaga?
I always say Galaga, but maybe it's Gallagher.
Might throw that
No,
open.
Gallagher sounds like a Painters and Dockers member, Norm. No, I'm going to go with Galaga if you don't.
Well, I'm a Gallagher person, so there we go. We've started a debate over it already.
Yeah, and
GIF or GIF?
GIF.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. And 1942 is another game.
Oh,
Hustler.
yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Bet you like that. Pinball Action.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
that always takes you back. And this one, which I hadn't seen for ages, Dig Dug.
Oh, I love playing that game. That was actually a good game as well.
Old Dig Dug. And what was the other one? Of course, we go back to Pac-Man.
Yes.
I always got chewed out by Pac-Man. Didn't matter what happened, I got eaten.
Yep. Yeah,
It's just one of those ways. Actually, I think we ought to, before we do anything further, we better register another name for this.
Yep. Okay.
So if you'd like to be in the draw for our wonderful arcade game, thanks to Perth Arcade Games, Perth Arcade Machines, I should say, it's Unit 7, 41 Holdaway in Malaga. The only way you can possibly win this is to get yourself in the draw. And we can do that right now. 922 11882. Kira, let's do caller number 4. Go for it. 922 11882 is the telephone number if you'd like to get yourself in the draw for that wonderful retro game. It's worth over $2,000 and it has over 60 classic, I'm going to say classic arcade video games. Thanks to
Okay.
Perth Arcade Machines at Unit 741 Holdaway in Malaga. 922 11882. We are chasing caller number 4, Kira. 922 11882. Meantime, Graham believes he might have a solution for Norman.
Okay. Fire away, Graham.
That's pretty basic, actually. The iPhone 6 or 6 SE only has a maximum capacity of 15 gigabytes of data, so the phone never should have been put out. So to download the latest software from Apple requires 2.52 gigabytes of data, and it won't download it because he's probably reached his maximum. So he can't store anything on the phone. The phone's basically useless.
Of course it's out of space. All right, yeah, so that makes sense. So what Norman would have to do would be to probably get rid of a few apps that he's not using anymore, clear up his photos, and just basically try and make some room so the download the update can be downloaded on his phone. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, basically what he's got to do is get a phone with capacity of at least 50 gigabytes so that he doesn't ever have this problem again.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay.
Makes sense. There you go. Thanks very much, Graham. That's cool.
Yeah, it's a good idea. So it's all about capacity.
Yeah, and I must admit that's something I never really thought about. I didn't actually ask Norman. I probably should have asked him how much space he's got left on his phone, if he knew. And, we probably should have worked that out. So sorry about that, Norman. But the solution is to try and clear up some space on your phone.
That could prove interesting. By the way, congratulations to Don from Ballajura. Don, you are in the draw for our wonderful Galaga Bar Top arcade machine featuring 60 retro games, thanks to our friends at Perth Arcade Machine at Unit 7, 41 Holdaway in Malaga. We're going to have to get out there and have a game, dude.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'll bring the beers.
I like the way you're thinking already.
Gareth Parker, finalist for the prestigious Walkley Awards for excellence in journalism.
Major story I'll break with you this morning. The state of Western Australia, they believe that BHP have been ripping off the state, ripping off you by underpaying their iron ore royalties for years.
Gareth Parker.
$200, $300 million. I think you're entitled to be angry about that.
2019 Walkley Award finalist. When he talks, they listen. Weekday mornings from 8:30, 6PR.
I've always been on the go, but with age I noticed my strength and balance wasn't what it used to be. I found daily exercise has kept me active and on my feet. Whether it be golf, tennis, bowls or exercises I do in front of the telly, I make sure to move my body every day. Call Injury Matters on 1300 30 3540 for a free information pack or visit stayonyourfeet.com.au.
At Homestart, we love to help out renters. So this month, we will be giving away $5,000 to 5 lucky renters. If you are currently renting and would like the chance to win, simply head to homestart.net.au and register on our promotions page. Just think how much sooner you could be in a home of your own if you're one of our lucky winners. Homestart. We are the first home buyer specialists. Terms and conditions apply. BC 6415.
Things are about to get intense at Dave's workshop. He went to bizcover.com.au and saw how much he could be saving on his public liability insurance. So now he's getting his old policy out of his system. BizCover are Australia's small business insurance specialists, giving tradies like Dave multiple quotes from top insurers. No nasty paperwork, just hassle-free insurance online. Don't pay too much for your business insurance. Head to bizcover.com.au to compare, insure and save.
It's the final countdown and Ascot Racecourse is set to come alive with serious horseplay for the 2019 Tab Touch Masters. Featuring 3 consecutive Saturdays of $1 million racing. Enjoy outstanding entertainment, fashions and food. You can also win a brand new Nissan 370Z sports car by purchasing a $50 Masters Pass to the 3 days. It all kicks off November 23. Visit perthracing.com.au. The Tab Touch Masters. Serious horsepower with serious horseplay.
$99 car services at Maddington Hyundai. Pass it on.
$99 car services at Maddington Hyundai. Pass it on.
$99 car services.
You heard correctly. For a limited time only, Maddington Hyundai is offering on something you can't pass on.
$99 car services.
Plus, get 20% off logbook services for all makes and models. Call now to secure your free loan car or book online at maddingtonhyundai.com.au. T's and C's apply. DL 14687.
This is Perth Tonight with Chris Ilsley on 882 6PR.
922 11882. Ben Aylett's here from benaylett.com. That's 1 L, 2 T's in Aylett.
There we go.
We find all the information on the website. Hello, Pat.
Oh, hi, Chris and Ben. Ben, I've never heard you discuss it, but do you know anything about televisions?
I know a little bit about televisions.
Yeah.
The old fatback CRTs probably not.
Tonight is a prime example. My husband's watching TV, cannot get Channel 2, the straight channel, any of the Channel 2s, 21, 22, right through. SBS is pixeling. It keeps that.
It gets all blocky.
And the other SBS ones are as well. 7, 9, 10 are fine. Sometimes 10 does it.
Yep.
But the language that's coming out of the lounge room is not nice.
His husband not happy, Pat?
Well, don't take the phone near him at the moment. Yeah.
Tell him he can listen to us and we'll get him just as angry.
That's right. Yeah. All right, so the way around that, so that sounds like we've got an issue with your antenna. All the stations, they might transmit on different frequencies, but they also differ in strength by the time it gets to your house. So it is quite likely that ABC and SBS, the signal strength is dropping a little bit. And
in Bullsbrook it probably is.
Okay, yeah. So what you'll have to do is you'll probably have to contact an antenna specialist. All the antenna specialists are across.
Just let me tell you something.
Yes.
We're in a village of 12 units. there's not an antenna visible. We don't know where the main antenna
You probably have a common antenna as part of the strata.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
So what you then have is you then
find
have...
out.
Pat, if that is the case, you then have a complaint to the strata because you're paying strata fees to say,
right. Yep.
fix our reception, please. But make sure you say please.
Yeah.
What about other
And
people
it's
in the strata?
happening more often.
Okay.
Thanks very much.
No problem.
Yeah, it's a tough one. More and more places do that now because they don't want people putting up their own external antennas, which is all fine and dandy.
Yep.
Until such time as you run into a problem like this. I've got to say, having trouble with Channel 2 and those is usually unusual because they're the ones who usually put out the most juice.
Yeah.
So it's strange that those are... SBS not so much, but certainly Channel 2 does surprise me.
Yeah.
Hi, Muzzer.
G'day, boys. How are you?
Good.
Just on last week's call, I think I spoke to Ben about notification sounds.
Yep.
How did we go finding out anything about that? Do I have to install an app to get that, or do I just get another bloody phone or get my old phone repaired?
Okay, so the notification sounds weren't coming through?
They got the one sound for everything. Got text, emails, the whole lot. It's all the one sound. I can't get different sounds for each one.
All the same.
And that's the problem I've got with the Nokia 8.1.
Yeah, okay. The notification sounds are usually set through the app itself. And there's also because we're dealing with Android, there is the notifications under general settings in Android, and you can actually choose or turn notifications on and off per app.
Yeah, the only problem is I want to try and get a different sound for each one. If I get an email and a text and something else, I want to get a sound for each one. But the phone doesn't have that in itself. It's just the one sound for everything.
Oh, okay. So you don't actually have the sounds installed?
No, there's only one sound. I can't pick different sound for each type of notification. Like one for text message, one for emails, and one for something else.
Yeah. Okay.
And also the phone ringtones are limited as well on this one.
Right. Yeah. So I would look at ways that you can download different ringtones, or set. Okay, what we'll have to do is search Google for set MP3 as ringtone or as notification, and then put in the keyword Android as well. And once you've searched for that, it'll take you through step by step, depending on the version of Android that you have, on how to set them up. The next trick is to get some sound effects or some sound files, usually in MP3 format that you're happy with. So you can actually get some quite amusing sounds for that. So if you can start looking for things like soundboards or MP3 sound effects, and again through Google, you should be able to find what you need.
Yeah, because I had on the Moto 5 GS, I had Highway to Hell ringtone on that one.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that was great. A bit of Bon Scott, mate, loved it. But what do I type in on this one here then? What do I type in the incognito search mode?
Sorry.
Incognito search mode?
Yeah, I use incognito mode a lot.
Okay.
So a bit more privacy. What would I type in the search line up top to get notification sounds, like different ones?
Well, pretty much the same. You'd say Android or the version of the Nokia phone that you've got, and notification sounds, or Android MP3 notifications.
Okay. All right. I'll have a go at that now then.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Give it a shot, mate. Good luck.
Thanks, Ben.
Let us know how you go too.
Yeah, so that's the thing. That's actually a good question from Muzzer is, what do we have to do differently if we're using our web browser in incognito mode? Mm-hmm. And the short answer is nothing. We don't have to do anything different at all. It works the same. So Google is still Google. If you're worried about Google tracking your stuff, you can use a website called DuckDuckGo, which uses the...
That doesn't retain any information, does it?
That's the thing, yeah. They don't retain any information. They have some pretty... It's not targeted advertising, so when you search for something, it is a pretty basic advertisement, and that's how they fund the service. So it's important to know where the money comes from to run a service.
Yep.
Yep.
And look, we've sort of always worked on the basis that a lot of what we have is free. Mm-hmm. The thing that's really hard to remember sometime...
Yes.
If a service is free, then you are the commodity.
Exactly.
And you have to remember that. So if you get something for free, there is a price you are going to pay.
Yes.
For example, when I first got Spotify, it had ads.
Yep.
And it would stop the song halfway through and play an ad.
Play an ad.
And I thought, I don't like this. So my only option was to shell out $11 a month.
Yep.
get the paid service and I don't get any ads.
Yes.
Why? Because now I'm not seeking it for free. I'm quite prepared to give Mr. Spotify, I think they're a Swedish company from memory.
Yeah.
They're certainly one of those countries up there anyway. Swedish or Danish? Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy to hand them the money, and in return they say, okay, we won't give you any more ads.
Yes.
Because why? I'm paying for the service, so I'm no longer the commodity.
Exactly.
I'm a contributor.
Yes. Speaking of shelling out monthly for a subscription,
yes,
we've got Apple TV Plus. That is going to be available very soon. It comes free if you're buying yourself a brand new iPhone or a MacBook Pro or whatever.
What about if you buy an iPad or something like that?
If you buy an iPad, yes, it's included as well. So any purchase of new Apple products usually comes with a 12-month subscription to get yourself onto Apple TV. Otherwise, you can pay $4.99 a month for Apple TV Plus.
That's all right. By the way, I got a note here on my phone, SMS.
Yep.
From Foxtel. It said, Christopher, they're always very formal, these people.
Yes.
The new Foxtel experience with Netflix will be coming to your IQ3 tomorrow. Now, I received this today at 7:05 a.m, so I wasn't there to receive it because I was fast asleep, but it rocked up on my phone.
Yep.
So I'm assuming that this time next week I'll be able to give you some idea of what it's like.
Okay,
I do hope one thing they've sent, because they sent that new remote you can use with it.
Yeah.
The pause button doesn't work.
Oh. Okay.
And I've got a sneaking suspicion it's a software issue, not a hardware
Most likely, yeah. Actually, correction there for Apple TV Plus. It's not $4.99. It is $7.99 a month. So it's on par with the entry-level Netflix. People would pay that. It's on par with the entry level, but it is high definition, not standard definition, as you would be getting for Netflix for the same price. The thing that you don't get, so if we hold Apple TV Plus up against Netflix, the catalogue in Netflix is huge compared to what Apple TV Plus has. So Apple TV...
Is that going to be the issue, the inability of some services to show much content? I know Disney's on the way. Well, I would imagine that Disney is going to have the content.
Disney will have the content.
But in some cases, isn't lack of content going to be the issue?
Lack of quality content will be the issue. So it's all well and good to have 1,000 shows on offer, but if 2 or 3 are good and you've got a competing service that's got a dozen shows on offer and they're all good, you know who's going to win. It's whoever's got that quality content.
See, that's still one of the big issues with Netflix Australia. It doesn't offer anywhere near the content of its US counterpart.
Yes.
I have a sneaking suspicion that Netflix being available through Foxtel is no coincidence.
Yeah, I think a lot of them, they're circling the wagons. So the established players are sort of banding together because I don't think it's so much the Apple TV Plus that's got them scared. I think it's Disney Plus that's coming for them.
Yep, I think you're probably right. Ben, as always, a pleasure. We shall have a chat again next week.
I'll catch you then.
By the way, benaylett.com is the website. 1 L 2 T's in Aylett, and that's where you'll find all of his contact information.